Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about our business makeover project and this project opportunities and consider one of the tools you can find in our project website, SWOT analysis. Our interview will be with our guest, Professor Dr. Rimantas Gatautis, and who is the Director of Electronic Business Research at the Kaunas University of Technology. So let's begin. Professor, firstly, tell our audience what is the Business Makeover platform and what are the goals of this project?
Okay, so first of all, the platform Business Makeover is related to the project Envision, which is funded by European Commission and the Horizon 2020 program. The project itself is dedicated to understand how small and medium companies are innovating in business model terms. So basically, we are looking in the project how the soft innovations are happening, what are the key drivers for these innovations, and what kind of tools companies are using to innovate in their activities. So basically what we did quite a lot of research trying to understand what is going on in the different countries around Europe, in Spain, in Holland, in Slovenia, in Lithuania, in Poland as well in other countries, in Finland as well, and we are trying to analyze what kind of tools SMEs are really using in order to change their business model, to change their activities, to change value creation, and to change value transfer. Based on this, on the research with them, on the case studies, we developed a Business Makeover platform. And the main aim of Business Makeover platform is to help for SMEs to innovate. Innovate, as I mentioned it earlier, in business model terms. So basically, Business Makeover platform is suggesting the different scenarios. If you check the website, you can find 4 different scenarios. And these scenarios are related to different tools which can help companies to take decisions if we decide to select a certain scenario for changing the activities.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And the other question is, one of the most popular tools is SWOT analysis. So why this is necessary for business to use it? What could you say about SWOT analysis?
It's a tricky question, but probably SWOT analysis is one of the oldest tool which is used by SMEs, and I think one of the key reasons why companies are using it because the tool is quite simple. Basically, the tool has the backgrounds related to the strategic planning, and tool helps companies and SMEs as well to understand what kind of actions or what kind of directions we need to implement in the future in order to achieve the aims. So it's quite simple.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 key areas, companies basing on their experience, and when we are talking about strengths and weaknesses, so they can easily evaluate what is going inside, because this part of the analysis relates to internal activities, and opportunities and threats basically is coming from external environment, and every company is operating in the market and we know the market. So I think for the companies it's quite easy, to apply the tool and to use the tool in order to take a certain decisions.
So basically speaking, it's SWOT analysis, it's helping to create a better strategy for your business, actually, about something like that.
Yeah, it's one of the aspects how SWOT analysis can be,
Yes.
adapted in this case.
Okay, tell us more about your experience and research and evaluate business cases. What could you tell about working in this project?
Oh, I think, the project as a whole did a lot of case studies, and we have more than 100 different case studies coming from the different countries. Basically, what is interesting for us, most of the case studies we did, we were looking not at high-tech or very technology-based business. We were dedicating our analysis to low-tech companies to family business, female business, and these kind of companies. So as well, for example, in Lithuania, we were analyzing different companies such as suing service providers, publishing house, plans offering, events organizing companies, which are really not so high-tech oriented. Basically, they are mainly based on the traditional approach and mainly operate in the traditional physical market. But we also find quite interesting cases how companies manage to change and how companies manage to innovate in their business model term in order to succeed and to compete in the market. Because looking at some cases, we found that companies were nearly to the end, speaking literally, or we had the opportunities to be closed, opportunities to change them completely. And using some tools, the tools are also in the portal, we managed to take the right decisions and we are successfully operating in the market right now.
So you were speaking about Lithuania and you said that there's different cases. So it's usual that young people use your advisor and use this platform, or just not, it doesn't matter what kind of people.
Yeah, platform is not dedicated to any specific age. Basically, we think that our target group is companies which really want to change and really want to achieve the better results in their performance. So the company might be old, 10 or more years, as I mentioned, it might be quite traditional, even the bakery or a shop selling different gardening equipment, and we can use the tools. Also, I think the tools are useful for the startups. So the new companies can also try to use our platform, try to use our tools for the better performance for a casting and for the better scenarios of future building.
Okay, and other question, what do you think it's how they decide to use business makeover platform? What kind of thing? Okay, you said that it might be like the end of the business. Yes, that they decide to use the business makeover platform and all the tools. And what are the cases why they want to change? Like 10 years, they are working for 10 years, like in business, and they decide to change something. Why they do that? I don't know how to say that.
I think it's heavily dependent on the situation, because theoretically the answer is quite easy. We have internal factors, we have external factors which are affecting the changes.
Yes.
Now, like, for example, when we were looking at the Sweden company, basically the company was established by the foreign company, by the foreign investor, and the foreign investor decided to move all business to a cheaper country. So it's very clear, external factor. Then the owner decides to close the company and to move to another country because the labor is cheaper, the resources are cheaper, and so on. So the company itself and the staff, they need to take the decision what we are going to do.
Yes.
And the answer is, they decided to establish new company and decided to perform activities in the different way. So this is like example of external. Internally also, company can take the decision for internationalization and to reach the new markets. And basically, company have a couple options. The first option is just to replicate the things we did in the local market. But typically, when you move to the new market, you need new logistics system, you need new promotion channels, and so on, in particular if you are working with the traditional physical segments. So the companies need to find new partners. That's how they start changing some business model elements in order to innovate and in order to operate successfully in the market. So the reasons are different.
Yes.
Yeah, but
because the business are different.
Yeah, and it depends on the concrete situation. But basically, I understand. But also for the company, it's very complicated to perform on the same activities, on the same level, on the same approach. Then we're living in such turbulent times. The technologies are changing. The competitors are trying to imitate or to improve their activities. So company is constantly under pressure how to change the activities, and we hope the tools we are providing in the platform, they are helping companies to think how we can change and how we can innovate.
Okay, so maybe you know how many percents are successful that they change and they like do, I don't know how to say it. Yeah, how
No,
many of the
no, we
yes,
do not have the answer,
yes,
because typically what we did the cases talking with the companies,
yes,
and the cases we did, we are pretty sure these companies managed to achieve good results. Overall, talking at the European level, we
yes.
found out about 35–40% of European SMEs we are innovating, and we are innovating successfully from the business model innovation perspective. So it's nearly half of the SMEs
Yes,
successfully adapt
it's
and
useful,
manage
yes.
to use this kind of the tools.
Okay, thank you for your answers and thank you guys for watching and goodbye.
Have a good day.